Welcome back, everyone, to episode 20 and the concluding video for the Battle of the Atlantic series on Atlantic Fleet. What happened, unfortunately, is the game won't allow me to progress. Basically, it says this game is over. Anytime I hit next, it gives me this screen. It doesn't bring up this pop-up with the H2 anymore. Not that they would be relevant. We finished the campaign in about a year. So, a year and just almost exactly a year and like two weeks. Unfortunately, we can't move forward. There's no way we can hunt. So I could do this maybe, and next, but it just nothing happens. So you can't save anything. Unfortunate, very unfortunate, because it means that that's the end of our campaign. And really, I'm glad that we got the Bismarck out. Of course, that was nice, but it's a little upsetting that we can't continue to play. Or the more upsetting thing for me is I can't force any action in any of the campaign modes. So if we look at the ship sunk real fast, we'll just see that the very last action I took was what you guys saw on camera. The Queen Elizabeth went down, and at 32,000, I guess she is the... looks like the King George V at 38. No, the Hood at 47,000 was the pride of what I sunk. Unfortunately, I don't know if I even show that on camera because it was sunk by submarines. So what I've decided to do for kind of a concluding video, because there should be a resolution to any series, I feel. That's one of my main things, is end a series in a way that people know it's ending, so that they don't have to keep checking your channel for an update, or at least let them know that you won't be posting more videos. Because I like you, watch videos on YouTube, and I prefer it when I know I don't have to keep coming back. So for the last action, I feel like the appropriate thing to do, although none of these is against the Nelson. I was like really hoping we could find the Nelson and sink her, because that's really what I wanted to do, is sink the damn Nelson. The closest thing I could find is probably still an interesting fight, and it'll be a bit of a difficult one for us. Technically, they have you play as the United Kingdom, but I'm going to play as Germany. So it'll be the Bismarck and our Prince Eugen versus the Prince of Wales and the Hood, which we're at a serious disadvantage, but that's the same as what happened in real life, and the Bismarck had their lucky shot. So let's go ahead and do this, and this will be the last, the last engagement of the game. We'll see if we can pull out victory from... It's gonna be difficult. There's the Hood. Hopefully they're not on target yet, because I need at least one turn. I need a turn to start ranging. And the one question I have is, should I be using Prince Eugen as a smoker? It would cut off basically half of my firepower, but the 8-inch shells are just so... yeah, I don't know. It doesn't look like the first turn our smoke would be effective, so I'm going to go back and just stay. Maybe I think we'll be turning a little bit still, so I'll maybe go 10 degrees. No, 5 degrees. Just 5 degrees. So we'll just turn a little bit. Wait, what? Oh, that was the Bismarck. Oh god, I messed up. That's fine. That just means that we won't be deploying smoke. Okay, so which one do we want to take out first? It's not easy to say. The Prince of Wales is, in my opinion, as deadly, if not more deadly, than the Hood. I guess we'll just stick to history. We'll go for the Hood first. Okay, so 14.7. Yeah, sure, why not? Well, it's going to be very good for giving me range on the next turn. Now this is the one I wanted to go back and 5 degrees, 10 degrees. So let's keep doing that. So obviously we are going to be firing our shells since we don't have an alternative. Deploying smoke, not a good idea. But I think I will be doing that. That's going to be the goal, is get my ship under smoke protection. Looks like our first hits. But again, the 8-inch shell is not incredibly powerful. Let's see how they do. 6 14-inch shells coming at me. Look a little bit short. I had to wish that one short. Might even have counted as a hit. They are engaging the Prince Eugen, which is surprising to me, actually. Because that's not the threat to them. It's really not the threat. So we'll go 10 degrees and we'll go full. Okay. Now we have very good, should have very good ranging information. Yeah. So 14.7 needs to come up a bit. So we moved not much, about the length of a ship forward. So maybe this is actually perfect then. It has to come over a little bit. I think just a little bit higher. Let's go to 14.8. Okay. Wait. Yeah, we didn't move that much forward. Actually, no, I'm going to do the exact same thing, 14.7. I almost agree that maybe I should drop it a smidge. Okay, so we moved about... No, I think that 14.7 is fine. Okay, let's go. Very good. So that one is probably a hit. Have we done any real damage yet? Yes, but only to the AAA. Okay. Now you will continue to do your back and just 5 degrees. This means you're not really moving at all, so we should drop you down to... I mean, you're not moving at all. Okay, so just drop you into about 18.1, I'd say. And we probably should be targeting specific systems on the hood. Okay, we're a little bit far. So far, so good. We're still lucky enough that the Prince Eugen has avoided being hit. Very good. So my commentary about the series, I think it was okay. I mean, it ended after 20 videos, which is nice. Not everyone wants to watch a 40 video series. I understand. Stay tuned. By the way, up next, I don't know if I'll be doing any more Atlantic Fleet videos for in the short term. Maybe I'll be doing a few more like interesting battles, stuff like this. But mainly I'm going to be probably returning to Rule the Waves. It's a little bit overdue. I'm trying not to keep too many series alive at the same time because we have this Advanced Tactics Gold that has gotten delayed, and now that that one's actually working, I'd like to give it, a little bit of time. So, okay, good. So our last one, I think it was actually, did we undershoot a little bit? Whatever we're doing now looks perfect. Okay, we're a little bit closer though. I thought it overshot a little bit. 14.7. Let's drop down to 14.5. And see how that works. Wow, 3 beltline hits. That's extremely good. That's extremely good. Are they listing? They are. Well, barely. But 3 beltline hits, that's... Actually, what is their armor, though? They do... No, they only have 12-inch belts, so that's definitely penetrating. Okay, so now this one is still going to be moving in reverse and probably just heading straight. Yeah. And she's really gotten down to almost all stopped, which means we'll probably have to start moving again on the next turn just to make sure that she's moving with the Bismarck. Alright. Well, let's continue firing then. We overshot quite a bit, the last one. So, let's see. Probably move this down to 17.2. Actually, let's just go to 17 flat because their recommendation is 16.9, and we're getting pretty good targeting information now, so I can start trusting that a little bit more. Yeah, very good. Very good. I think that they're turning to avoid colliding with their other ship. This really has not been a very accurate game turn battle for the AI. Yeah, their ship's really starting to list now. And they haven't landed a single shot yet. Okay, now back to what I was saying. I think we'll do Rule the Waves next. I wanted to do a Austria-Hungary playthrough. Now, I was going to do historical, but this is my thoughts on that. I actually won't. Because if you do historical, all it does is really handicap your ability to build a lot of ships. Now, I don't mind if the AI can build a lot more ships. But I don't want it so that... I think it's more exciting when I can build enough ships to make the battles exciting. What I mean is basically, I'm going to go to very large fleet size so that I'm going to be up against a lot of enemy ships. But I don't myself want to have only like 2 or 3 ships. I want to also have a lot of ships. Yeah, I think it'll make the battles more exciting. That's my idea. So let's go down to only 2/3 for a second. Actually, what we need to do is pull away significantly from the Prince Eugen, because we don't want their shells to be able to hit 2 of us at the same time if they have bad ranging. So we look good on the last one. Probably tuck it down a little bit more. I'd say 14.2 for this one. Why is it that they recommend us going up to 14.8? That doesn't seem accurate at all. We are definitely moving closer. And they're definitely moving closer. So I'm going to do this 14.2. Okay, I'm going to do 14.3 because I'm a little scared about missing entirely. A good full broadside. That looks good. So probably 3 hits there. I think this one hit and 2 hit, and that's only 8. I mean, there's 8 guns. I'm not counting all of them, but that's my guess still. So let's go full, and let's keep heading on this direction just so we get a little more spacing between us and the Bismarck. Okay. And we'll keep pummeling at the hood. That last one was good on target, so we haven't really moved much, they haven't really moved much. Let's drop her down to 17. I agree. Good. I think we're pretty much on target because neither of these ships are really moving. Next up, the Prince of Wales, and the Prince of Wales is going to be a beast to finish off. The first damage that we've suffered now is 1 shell to the side. You can see it left a nice big pock mark right on our belt lining. I'm suspecting maybe the hood has damage to her spotters because, yeah, her 4 spotter is completely knocked out. She's not aiming very accurate. So let's go down to 2/3 and let's turn away another 10 degrees. We don't want to go out of range, but I think, okay, 5 degrees is probably fine. You can see now that the bad news is we're in line with the Prince Eugen, and that's not good. That means 1 shell, if it's overshot, can actually hit the other ship. However, it's not as big of an issue for the Prince of Wales is at an angle where that probably isn't the case, and we should be sinking the hood soon, I hope. Okay, so let's see. This was dropping by 0.2, and I think if we drop by 0.2 again, we're in good shape. So let's go down to 14. Yep. Still 3 shells missing deep, but okay, it's not the worst. Let's go flank speed, try to move ourselves a little further away. Yeah, okay, it's not bad. And let's get this hood who's not moving anymore, so let's do this 16.8, I think. Again, we could be targeting subsystems by aiming left, right a little more. And we actually missed, although... We have gotten pretty lucky, you know. The Prince Eugen has really only taken that one shot. Still lucky. Another lucky thing, the Hood has never brought her full broadside to bear. So it's interesting. Why they wouldn't, I don't know. Okay, well, it's time to really finish him off. Let's go down to 13.9. 13.8. Well, they recommend 13.9, and that's what I said first, so let's do it. And there she goes, the mighty Hood. She's not erupting in a ball of flames like real life, but just slowly peeled away at her starboard side, and down she goes. Kind of wanted to watch her sink a little bit because I don't know, it's a big ship, the mighty Hood. Classified as a battlecruiser because she was still pretty darn fast. See, she's starting to take on water. More survivors will be in the waters this time than in real life, at least. There she goes. Continue to list. At this point, the water in her side probably would have forced her to tip. I don't think they're modeling the physics very well. But that's fine. I mean, it's still kind of fun to watch. She's like basically melting into lava, is what it looks like. Yeah, there would have been much more violence about her tipping. Down she goes. Very good. Okay, so let's now switch over to the Prince of Wales. This is a good little revenge. I'm just going to pretend that the Prince of Wales is the Nelson. They're completely different ships, unfortunately, but I need some kind of outlet for my anger. Well, we basically take the last shot we fired, and I want the 4. What was the 4? 16.9? But 16.8, we need probably 16.6, I would say. And that's more or less what they're telling us anyway, so. Let's go 16.6 and see what that gets. So one hit, a warning shot for them, letting them know that we are coming after them. And their response is to hit me again. But plenty of misses. Alright, so let's continue only going 2/3. Right now, I think the Prince Eugen is going faster than us, so that's good. We'll space out a little bit over time, but let's keep encouraging that spacing out by going slower than them. So 6 was a 13.9. It looks like we're going to need something less than that, probably 13.7. They say 13.6, which I tend to agree with. Full broadside, and this will be some hits. Very good. Only 2, but we're coming for you. Flank speed, very good, and probably turn 5 degrees more. Okay. 16.4, let's go down to 16.3. That we did. Got a few hits. Still a little far. She's starting to smoke a little bit. Oh, this looks good. Yeah, that was some good damage. I think we're still alive, though. We don't look like we're sinking quite yet. Alright, so probably need to drop more than 13 point. I'm gonna go 13.2. We should be landing at least a few of these hits. Yeah. Now you are not in good shape. But the good news is you still have 3 of your 4 turrets. So we'll just go full speed because I don't want to encourage you to sink any faster than you already are. And even though your targeting information is off, we can just use what we already know. Probably 0.3 was this. 15 flat, maybe a 15.2. Let's try 15.2. Looks good. Good, very good. Getting some more damage in. Another hit, and that's down. The Prince Eugen's down. Well, now it's just mano a mano. It's not really a fair fight since the Bismarck is starting in perfect condition, and we already have some minor damage to the spotting of the Prince of Wales. Didn't hurt her on her last volley though, so don't really know what to make of that. Alright, so this was very good. Coming down by 0.4 was about the right amount. Let's come down by 0.5 to 12.7 now. We'll get some hits if nothing, if nothing else. Okay, good, we actually knocked out one of their front turrets. That's great. You can see the big explosion. Not the one I would have preferred, but their spotting is damaged. Now they're only firing a 4 shell salvo anyway. And we're in a good position to pick up the survivors from the Prince Eugen in just as soon as we finish off the Prince of Wales. So it looks like dropping by 0.5 was the right move. I'm going to drop by 0.5 again to 12.2. Good. That was very good. I mean, that was extremely good. Couldn't find the shells there for a second, sorry. And now we're kind of obscuring ourselves with the wreck of the Prince Eugen. Not good, because then if they fire short, they're killing all our poor German sailors. Just waiting in the water to be picked up. Alright, well let's drop down by 0.5 again, I like that. So, 11.7. Yep, very good. Did we actually knock out her front turret? Huh, it's not completely knocked out. So you see the explosion mark on it. Means that one's knocked out indefinitely. But they've even lost use of their front turret for the time being. So that's a good time for us to kind of circle closer and closer. Keep getting off some good shots. Although at 270, this means we're moving exactly perpendicular to them. So I'll keep dropping by 0.5 because that seems to be working really well. So down to 11.2. And the good thing is we are angling more and more. Perfect. I want these shots to be going at the waterline. That's a lot of action going on. So they are turning to get their rear gun involved, which is smart. Okay. So we probably don't need to drop the full amount this time. I would say let's only drop to 10.8 and see what that gets us. Hopefully, I'm still hoping for waterline hits. Very good. That was perfect. She's huffing and puffing. She is able to get off her rear guns now. And the Bismarck will take a little bit of damage. I think that that'll count as a hit. I'm still pretty sure that that counted as a hit. Can we see anything? Maybe it didn't. Alright, Mighty Bismarck, bring home your prize. We actually lost targeting information. Not that that's a big deal. This has been working well, so we'll do probably another drop by 0.4 to 10.4. And how is she doing, by the way? Not looking good. In fact, her front two turrets are actually both completely knocked out. So what we'll do is we'll start aiming towards the back of the ship a little bit, which means I will bring the gun up to 10.5. Maybe we can get lucky and knock out the rear turret as well. That was a little bit short, so she'll have one more turn. And she actually moved so that she couldn't... It was not very smart. Okay, let's go 10 degrees to stay full broadside. Now, we were a bit short, but we both come a little closer, I think. Yeah, our angle is slightly less than 270. So we are moving... Oh, that actually means we're moving away from them. We want more than 270 to be moving towards them. And they're also kind of moving obliquely towards us, so let's actually go up. I'm just going to keep it exactly at 10.4. Do we want to aim towards them? Yeah, we'll do a little bit. Okay. Shell's fine. Very good. So that was perfect. That might even sink her. No. Still able to get off another volley. And miss wildly. But it's just, people are counting their blessings that that didn't hit the bridge, though. So let's try that again. I think the range was just about dead on. We'll probably move down to 10.2. Again, let's aim a little bit towards the back. Very good. Now, I think we actually destroyed that turret. We did. So their ship is actually just a refuse pile at this point. There's nothing they can do. We can just watch them sink. We could go in with torpedoes. It doesn't matter. I'm not going to prolong the agony. We'll just go ahead and... Oh, there she is. She's sinking anyway. So I hope you enjoyed this engagement. It's a really good engagement to have fun with. You can play from the British side, sink the Bismarck. Play from German side, sink the Prince of Wales and the Hood. So thanks for watching, and let's just fire one more extremely unfair volley at the Prince of Wales, since they are allowing us the ability to do so. We'll go at about 10. No, not letting us do anything. We'll fire at 10.2. Hit a sinking ship, which is really unfair, and call this episode to a close. So thanks for watching, everyone, and I hope you enjoyed this series. Let me know what you're interested in seeing next, if you have any advice. In fact, the only reason I got Atlantic Fleet was because it was recommended to me. So I like feeding off of your recommendations. And thanks for your attention during this series, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.